Hello. My name is Ram and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Now, I know I normally review flagship phones. If you've seen my other reviews in the past, in this channel, I've reviewed the Sony Xperia 1 Mark V, and on a friend channel, I reviewed the Z Flip 4 and the iPhone 14 Pro. And I don't really use mid-range phones, but a friend of mine asked me to review this for them, so here we go. I'm reviewing the Vivo V60 in berry purple. Just look at that. Ang sabi ni Vivo, berry purple daw ito. Para sa akin mukha siyang pink, but berry purple. Ganda ng color. Reminds me of the Bordeaux red ng Xperia XZ3. Now, if you've noticed, I still don't have an intro, and I'm probably gonna keep it that way. But if you've noticed again, you'll see that my background is once again different. Yeah, parang every video nag-upgrade yung background ko. So I got a new monitor, I got a new PC setup, all exciting stuff. But anyways, let's go on with the specs. All right, next up, let's tackle the cameras real quick. So with the cameras, it is on auto night mode. I don't know if you can see it. So auto night mode is toggled because it is a little low light, or at least it detects low light. You have your 0.5 or your 0.6, or rather, sorry, that's 16 mm, 23 mm. If you tap it, it does a crop to 28, and then lastly is 35. Now this is digital crop, 2x, 3x, and then you have your telephoto. Let's try to zoom in a little more. And then I'll get to some photo samples later. And then video mode, same, you have 0.6, 1, you can crop, all right, 2, and then 3. Micro movie, it's like a templated way to easily take, I guess, for content creation. And then other modes, right? And just want to demo the aura light real quick because I think it's pretty cool, the ring light. So you just tap on the flash icon, then you tap on aura always on, and then there you go. So right now it's on the warm color temp. You can have it set to auto color temp if you want, but just for demo purposes, let's see the difference. Okay, cool. And then the brightness. So this is at max brightness. Camera's probably gonna compensate for it, but there you go. This also serves as the flash.
This photo was taken outdoors mid-afternoon using the main camera, all auto. I like how the leaves are true to life colors. These aren't too oversaturated. The bushes down do represent how they look in real life as well. The sky is not blown out and captures the gloomy, cloudy afternoon. This next photo was taken using the main camera again, not using portrait mode, just the basic photo mode. The colors of the cacti, it's good. It's not oversaturated. It's not undersaturated. That's how it looks like in real life. The sky is not overexposed as well. The background blur is a little bit questionable, but still good. This photo was taken using the telephoto lens. Notice that the red t-shirts are a little bit oversaturated and everything just looks a little smoother than normal. So this is where the overprocessing or the processing starts to get a little bit too much. But look at that license plate, the ALA. It is not too processed like that AI process, but you can notice the processing of mid-range cameras.
All right, so let's tackle settings real quick. First, let's go with the display. You have this feature called custom brightness where you have to, after taking a test, it's where you look into like horizontal stripes, and then depending on the contrast, the brightness will automatically change. It's cool. It's a For me, it's like a gimmick. I don't really use it often, but it'll still be there. Eye protection is where the display turns yellow at night. Dark mode, obviously dark mode, we all know what that is, but let's just turn it on. See how it looks like in dark mode. All right, now to tackle sounds and vibration, I'm just gonna play ringtone so it doesn't trigger any of the copyright, and I'm gonna put the phone closer towards my mic. Anyways, that is, again, it is pretty loud, but something that, you know, I will mention later that in the recap that it does lack some bass, it does lack some oomph, like the full sound feeling. And then font style, you can change your fonts. And then when you tap on more fonts, it does open up the themes. So like similar to Xiaomi and other Chinese OEMs, you will get ads there, but only inside. And screen refresh rate, it does go up to 120. You can have it on high. Visual enhancement, it just uses like AI and other processing to enhance the color and contrast for a more vivid display, as stated. So if you do enable it, it will use more power, obviously. So battery life here is pretty good. I know it says 8 days and 6 hours. Obviously, that's just an estimate. I have been using this for about 4 or 5 days now, and like 3 days without a SIM, counting today. And I've been playing, like, for example, well, this was just charged last Tuesday, right? So with minimal usage, it does last pretty long. I was able, from 100%, I was able to play WUWA for about 15 minutes on balanced, and I only lost like 2%. I'm not sure if Vivo is similar to iPhone's battery calibration, where it stays at 100% for a really long time, and then as it goes down, as the battery drains, the percentage also goes down faster. So I'm not sure if I haven't used Vivo this is actually my first time using Vivo, so not sure. But battery life is pretty good. So you're probably thinking, or you want to ask, should I get this phone? Should I buy this phone? Is it right for me? Now, with the price being around 28,000 to 31,000, that depends on where you buy it, kung may voucher or wala. For a mid-range phone, I'd say that this is pretty okay, right? The cameras are great. I really like that the studio light type of thing that was present in the V50, and a friend of mine took photos using their V50 during me and my wife's prenup shoot, and a lot of them came out pretty good, though it still looked the same, a little more processed than I'd like. And when it comes to gaming, as you saw earlier, I was able to play WUWA or Wuthering Waves on balanced mode at 60 FPS, and it was pretty smooth. If you crank it up to the ultra graphics or highest graphics, it will start to struggle. But for a mid-range phone, if you're looking for a mid-range phone that takes good cameras, however, if you don't mind that, like I mentioned, that over-processed look just a little bit, then the Vivo V60 is for you. However, if you're looking for a more natural-looking camera, or at least a little less processed, then you might want to look in something else like the Pixel 9a, for example, or even the Pixel 10. Even though the Pixel 10 is more on the flagship level, you can still maybe look into the Pixel 9a instead, or perhaps the Nothing 3a. The speakers on the phone are what you would expect from a mid-range phone. I mean, like, they're not the greatest. They're really loud, but they do lack that oomph. They lack that bass to make it feel or make it sound a little more, full, if you will. Now, what I didn't like about the phone is, again, I'm gonna have to go back to that over-processed look just a little bit. You can really tell that it's a little over-processed. Now, this was the same on the V50 and still present on the V60, and a lot of mid-range Chinese OEMs have that, right? You still have that over-processed look, even on the higher, like the flagships like the Vivo X200 Ultra or even the Xiaomi 15 Ultra, there are times where you can tell that the background blur, the bokeh is a little too over-processed. Now, even though it's a little more subtle on those phones, on mid-rangers, it's going to be really obvious to see the background blur or the over-processing of that background blur and the actual photo itself. Now, for the too long, don't watch, or for the people that like to skip to the conclusion, I do recommend getting the Vivo V60 if you want a good all-rounder mid-range phone for the price of around 28 to 31,000, depending on where you get it. Kung may voucher or wala, depending on the variant. Now, this is the 512GB variant. It can play games. If I don't do game testing live, but if it can handle Wuthering Waves, even at least on balance, then you should be fine in other games. Wuthering Waves, Genshin Impact are more of the heavy hitters in the Android gaming space or in the mobile gaming space in general. So if it can handle Wuthering Waves, at least on balance, it should have no problem with other titles. Now, just to jump to the negatives or the ones that I don't like that over-processed look on some of the photos, especially on the background blur or the bokeh of the portraits. I also don't like that there are ads. Now, for example, I only have I have like a burner email signed in, and I didn't enable any of the notifications for like browser, for V App Store, and I have these notifications, if you can see it. Now, like the browser, the V App Store, these notifications or these ads come in like during the morning, at least like once a day, sometimes twice a day. It depends if there's like breaking news, something happened, right? Breaking news, you will get ads like that. You will get like that headline. I'm pretty sure you could just turn it off, right, in notifications, but I'd never opened browser. I never opened V App Store, but I'm getting ads like that. Now, if this is common for Chinese OEMs that on mid-range to entry-level phones, it's like kung saan yung mas murang phone, dun yung madaming ads. I haven't experienced that on my Xiaomi 17 Pro and Xiaomi 15 Ultra. The ads are only contained within the theme store. Now, if you open the theme store and browse themes, then yeah, you'll get ads. But just like the inline ads. There's no pop-up notifications. There's no like actual notification. But anyways, that's the only thing that I don't like is just those random ads. And the bloatware. Obviously, there's a lot of bloatware. There's like a lot of pre-installed games and stuff just to get you to tap on it and stuff. Those are all uninstallable, obviously, but just a little extra step to do. Now for the positives, one, it's good for gaming. For the price, pretty good for gaming. You can definitely play at least Wuthering Waves on balanced, really smooth at 60. If you crank it up to ultra or the highest settings, obviously it's gonna lag and it's gonna overheat. Camera is great. I mean, even though I did mention that over-processed look, generally when you do take photos and you don't see that, you don't pixel peep or you don't, as long as you don't like, I guess, compare it with other photos, right? From the naked eye, right? Just looking at it, the photos look really good. Right? They take average, good photos, good for the price, and I really like the... And with that, my review has come to a close. Stay tuned for my future reviews in other videos. This is, I'm trying to speed up things, right? I'm trying to review more things, so please subscribe and then like this video to check out my future reviews. And also a big shout out to my friend, Honey, for letting me review their phone before they actually get to use it. Ginamit ko to for about a week, and maraming salamat kasi I was able to review, and from your special request, the V60 before you actually use it. So, thank you so much.